Just kidding. Okay, so scared cat, like what we've seen on some lawns. Scared cat. And then mad cow. No, he's not mad. Okay, there's one. So get 12 on your own. There's two. So cat. Let your head drop. Cow. Cat. Cow. Cat. Don't go fast, just nice and slow. I think I got 6. I need to work on my counting ability. My counting skills. When you go into the cat, sucking your stomach muscles, abs tight. You could also breathe in on the cow and then breathe out on the cat. What's that? Not for this, but we will. Thanks for asking. Focus on your cat and cow. Don't worry, there's more to the lesson. Alright, and then as you can, well, as I showed you earlier, now we're going to do bird dog. So we're still on our hands and knees. What we're going to do is right hand up, left leg straight. And then switch it. Just get 12 total so it's 6 on each leg. So left hand up, right leg straight. Keep your abs sucked in tight, back is flat. Just get 6 on each side, 12 total. Yes. I'm at 4. Now bring your chin in so you're just looking at the ground. Obviously if you still need to see me doing it, that's understandable. But you want to have good posture. And so you want to look at the ground. You should feel this in your glutes as you bring your leg up. And if you're not, focus on it, contract it as you straighten out your leg. You should also contract your shoulder muscles as you do it. So you should feel it. You should have felt your glutes and your shoulders and your abs. Okay? All right. Hip extension. So with this one, we're going to lay on our back. We're going to have our feet shoulder width apart. Feet are flat. And then bring your hips up. You should feel your glutes. Okay? Bring your hips down slow. And then right back up so that this is completely straight. Okay? All right. Just get 12. You should focus on your glute muscles, so squeeze them as hard as you can so we wake them up. And that's one of the whole reasons why we're warming them up. So we get more of that muscle activation to get us ready for the exercises that we're going to do. Because you're going to utilize your abs, you're going to utilize your glutes, your legs, your spine's going to be moving. Thirty-second plank. Ready, set, go. Okay, abs in, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs together, chin in, and look at the floor. Bring your hips down if they're a little bit too high. We're not doing downward facing dog, we're doing planks. There we go. 12 seconds left. You guys are doing really good, thank you. Excellent, excellent. And stop. Okay. Arms out. Just get 12 total, but you want to hold it there for like 2-3 seconds. So watch this, like this. You go right arm, left leg, and then switch. So when you hold that left arm up, you should feel your shoulder activate. You should feel your right glute activate and keep your abs tight, and then right back down. Okay, so you got your arm and your leg coming up at the same time. And by doing this, there's a whole lot of brain activity that's happening. It's waking up your body from head to toe, and it preps you for good balance and good activation. Okay, go. Now that you got 12 of those, now we're gonna go. So if you could do this where, like, you might have the most okay, so like beginner level would be similar to bird dog, except it's kind of like you're doing push-ups on your knees, where you're here like this, and then you're like that, where you're balancing. What we're going to do is we're going to do a lunge. So let's go right leg in the center of our area. And then our left foot, we're going to put very little weight. So it's going to be like a kickstand. Okay? And then you could use either hand to reach when we lunge down. So we're going to lunge down, put most of the weight on the right leg, and then reach for 12 o'clock, and then stand right back up. Good. And then nice and controlled, not fast because it will throw off your balance. Okay, keep the weight on that right leg. You're going to lunge down and reach towards your 3 o'clock. Oh, I made my 3 o'clock so far. Just try your best to go towards your 3. Go right back down. Put very little weight on your left leg and go to your 9 o'clock. Good. And then down for 12 o'clock. Good. 3 o'clock. Nice and easy. Put very little weight on your left leg. And then 9 o'clock. So if you see my leg, I don't know if you're able to see my leg. I'm putting most of my weight on my right leg and then very little on my left. And I'm not moving, like, I'm not starting over again. I'm keeping it on my right leg only. Okay, then go to 12. And then go to 3. Yes.
Your right foot in the center?
Yep.
Oh.
Good question. And then go to 9. You should feel that a whole lot in your right glute and your right thigh. Okay, let's switch it to the left leg. I see my foot imprint on the ground. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so left leg in the middle. Right foot barely touching the ground. Very little weight. It's like a kickstand, okay? So I'm lunging down, reaching for 12. Up. 9. 3. 9. Good. 12. You gotta bend that left knee. 3. You gotta bend the knee, not just the hip. 9. 12. 3. Good. All right. Now I'm gonna up the challenge a little bit more with your balance. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do a single leg squat. But what I'd like you to do now, on the bottom of your foot, let me show you my foot. I've talked about this before, but super important. You got to put your weight on your heel, the outside of your foot, and your big toe. And you got to grab the ground with your foot. Okay? So, heel, outside of foot, big toe. When you engage the big toe, it also puts pressure on the ball of your foot. So there's 3 points. That's why it's called the tripod. So big toe, outside, heel. Big toe, outside, heel. Grabbing the ground. Okay? So again, I've taught you this since day 1. Grab the ground. Okay? So it's going to look like this. First, we're just going to go put your weight on your right leg. Lift up your left foot. You're going to bend at the knee, bend at the hip. Just go as low as you can comfortably, reaching towards 12 o'clock, and then stand right back up. You don't need to go all the way down. Hey Jaden, are you joining us or are you seated? Come on, man. Here we go. Okay, so if you could see my left foot, it's probably better low, huh? My left foot is just barely above the ground. Okay? Bend the right knee. Bend the right knee, reach towards 12 o'clock, and then stand up. Okay? Make sure you're grabbing the ground engaging the big toe. Weight is on the outside and the heel. Bend the knee, reaching towards 12 o'clock, right back up. Okay, let's get 3 more. Bend the knee, grabbing with the big toe, right back up. 2 more. Bend the knee, bend at the hip. Don't let that left foot touch the ground. Right back up. Now if you're struggling with it, just put your left big toe on the ground, but not much else. Okay? Bend the knee, go down, right back up. Woo! I don't know if you feel that. I do. Alright. Okay, left foot is in contact with the ground, grabbing the ground, big toe outside of the foot and heel, grab the ground. Right foot, if you need to, put the big toe on the ground, but if you can, don't do it. Just let it stay off the ground, okay? Bend at the knee, reach towards 12. So some of you are only bending at the hip. You're bending at the hip. You gotta bend at the knee. Yeah, there you go. Good. Okay, so bend the knee. There you go. Now the goal isn't to touch 12 o'clock. Your goal is to reach towards 12 o'clock because you're bending at the knee and you're going lower. So I don't mind if you don't touch it. You gotta bend the knee. Now ideally, can you keep both your knees together? Yeah. Okay, now try this, guys. On this next one. Just do 3, but lift your toes up off the ground the whole time. Okay? Go back to your right foot. Lift your toes up off the ground. And try it again. But you could even try this. Squat down and reach towards 3 o'clock. Squat down and reach towards 3 o'clock. Lift your toes up. Just try a few, okay? Now, anyone feel something different when they lifted their toes up? If you could just say it out loud.
You feel it more in your calf
Okay. What else?
and your glutes.
Okay. Anyone else feel something different? So the toes are up off the ground. Balance was worse. Yeah.
I just feel it in my calf.
Yeah, you're gonna feel your muscles no matter what. But the point, because remember I said there's a tripod, the outside of your foot, your big toe, and your heel. So when we take out the big toe, balance is challenged a whole lot more. So I wanted you to feel that so you could remember always push down on the big toe. Okay? All right, so here we go. What was I going to have you do? Oh, yeah. Okay. We are reaching with our hands. Now we're going to reach with our feet. So let's go left leg because we just used right leg. So remember, tripod, big toe, outside, and heel. So we're going to go right here with our right foot. Bend the left knee, reach for 12. Now you don't have to touch it, just reach towards it. They're just targets. We're aiming to there. Okay? Squat down, reach for 3 o'clock. That's an easy one. Okay? Squat down, reach for 9 o'clock. You may not be able to touch it. Well, I'm going to go behind my leg. Oh, yeah, behind my leg, behind my leg. That's a lot easier.
Yes.
There you go. Okay? Now, squat down, reach for 6 o'clock. Good. Let's do that again. 12 o'clock, bend the left knee, right foot goes towards 12. Bend the left knee, right foot goes towards 3. Bend the left knee, bring that right leg behind the left leg, reaching for 9. And then do it one more time and reach for 6. Good job. Shake that off. Right leg, let's do that. We'll go around the clock twice. Here we go. 12, bend the right knee, reach for 12. You got it, Ben? Go behind your right leg with the left. Reach for 3. Reach for 9. Reach for 6. Now, obviously, you could reach for it without bending your knee, but that's not the point. The point is bend the knee and work these muscles, okay? Bend the knee, go to 12, go to 3. Try not to let that foot touch, though. Go to 9, go to 6.
So
All right.
Are we only doing our foot?
What?
Are we only doing our foot?
Well, you want to go into a handstand and do it?
Sure.
No, I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, because we do a lot of balance on our feet. See,
I'll do it.
no, I was just joking, Mr. Sir. We did upper body balance when we did the planks. Okay, now this time, let's go back to our left leg. Try to get to 6 o'clock reaching with your hands. So I turn to my left, and then I squat, and I reach towards 6 like that. So let's try that. So I know I said left leg earlier. Let's try right leg. Let's try right leg. Open up to the left, like we're opening the gate. Left hand reaches towards the 6. You don't have to touch it, just go towards it. Okay? Get 5 of those. See how that works out for you. Move nice and controlled, nice and controlled. I feel like Karate Kid. Crane technique. Crane technique. Crane technique. There you go. You know how we open up the gate? So just open up the gate. Yay. Whoa. There you go. So grabbing the ground, grabbing the ground. Teehee.
Someone said they fell.
Her dad scared her and she fell. All right, try the left leg. So left leg, left leg, left leg. So you're gonna open up your right leg like you're opening the gate, and then squat down, reaching with my right hand. Okay, make sure you grab that big toe into the ground. Whoa. I was looking at too many things. Alright, here we go. Nice and focused.
Mr. E, your knees are so strong.
Thanks. Whew. Nice and controlled. Hee hee hee.
Here with your left.
What's that?
I think it's easier with your left foot.
So each person's going to have one stronger than the other. Okay. So if you move fast while you do it, does it help? Anyone know the answer to that? Not when you're learning. Now later on, let's say you practice this a lot, right? Let's say you're here and you want to get better at reaching, so we first learn slow. Then let's say you've been doing this for weeks. You could go faster once you have it. And some of you might, but you got to still do it controlled. And that way it stimulates all the muscles that stabilize your hip so that you're least likely to have injury in your sport. And that's one of the things that's not being done enough, or just in life, because just like any, if you don't use it, you lose it. All right, so just to review before you do your assignment, and then I send you off into the unbalanced world. So, balance, build and maintain equilibrium, either stationary or moving, right? What influences balance? You got your environment, your health, your posture and alignment. Think about the people doing the handstands, or like my nephew holding this cheerleader on his hand. And then you have your strength to get, I forgot to talk about Julio. Look at Julio maintaining that balance. so you could produce the maximum amount of force. Just perfect posture right there for pitching. All right. And then we did these warm-up exercises to activate all the muscles, and then we challenge you at the different directions.